Does anybody else have any announcements or points of interest that they wanted to bring up at this point? If not, we'll proceed on to the looking at some of the artwork that I have about, probably 8 or 9 people, maybe even more, artwork that I will show. And I'll leave everybody's sound on, but I'll share a screen so that you'll just be looking at the artwork, and we'll all be able to talk. So just be polite. If somebody's already talking, don't interrupt them. And then we'll go from there. So I'll do that. Bear with me. Okay, so now I'm looking at, and hopefully you guys are too, looking at the screen. Is everybody looking at a full-size picture here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Good.
Neat.
So,
It's beautiful.
this is one of Carol Mills's works. It's a watercolor called Birdcage. And Carol's not with us today, but which I'm surprised at. So, but anyway, so it's
Phil,
a neat,
time getting in, I actually had to go back in and use my old, the one you'd sent the first time to get into the meeting.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was a mess getting into the meeting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have any trouble.
I didn't have any
I
trouble.
did too.
Link you sent yesterday.
I had trouble.
I just don't know what goes on with this thing. I've had this happen twice before with Zoom meetings where apparently the same number didn't connect to other people. So anyway.
What happened was it told me you were in another meeting.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
And
how did you finally get in?
Well, I went back into my email and I had the notice from the first time you sent it out, not the one from yesterday, but one from like about a week ago.
Uh-huh.
I clicked on that one and then I came right into the meeting.
Okay. Well, we'll talk later about it. Let's not, because I don't understand what goes on with Zoom, and I probably
there's probably other people out there who had the same issue I did.
exactly,
Yeah.
and ask them exactly what we do. So it's probably arising because I'm sending 2 emails. The second one, which has an exact copy of the first one, but it's not linking to the thing anyway. So anyway, we'll proceed
Bill,
with.
just a suggestion, when I send out the, for the AWS, I remind people there's going to be a meeting, but I don't send a link until the actual morning of the thing. That's when I send a link, and maybe that'll help because maybe there's some kind of conflicting coding going on or something.
Yeah, well, that's a good idea, Gail. That's probably what I'll do next time, then, is just tell everybody there's a meeting coming up and not send the link until the very last email the day before.
And then I just want to say something about this painting that I know Carol did.
Yeah.
She said that when she painted it, she couldn't see the bird. First of all, she said she's done painting bird cages after this painting. and I guess in the photo, you couldn't even see the birds. So she made them up. She
Yeah.
populated them with watercolor birds.
Oh,
They look good.
They're
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really nice.
So this was her next one. And this is a painting called Magnolias.
And that looks like one that she did on massa paper, where you wrinkle it up.
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, okay, good. Any other comments, or go to the next one? I kind of like, this reminded me a little bit of Kathy Burns'
Yeah.
semi-abstract things that she does.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Not mine, though. Whose is it?
this is Carol's as well. And it's called Tamales Bay Buoys. So it must have been from a photograph at Tamales Bay. Having said that about Kathy's, it's
Wait a
obvious.
minute, I have a comment about this one. You know, it's nice the way, I'm just looking at the different textures that she's applied to the different buoys and the way that she sort of aged them, you know, particularly the one in front. And then, you know, there's another red one hanging down that's got some texture and stuff on it that each one is a little different. I like that.
Yeah. I like that too.
Yeah,
My
I
first,
like it. I like it because it's not so real. It really gives you a lot of imagination to it. And I like the lines, you know, the different perspective lines in it.
yes,
Very interesting.
yeah. Well, we move on to the next one. This again is Carol again, and it's called Cypress Grove. And she painted this from a photograph that a friend sent her. And I'm not sure exactly where it's located, but looks like out near our coast anyway.
Looks like the coast somewhere.
Yeah.
Very atmospheric.
And then the last one is called Kids on the Beach. I'm not sure whether they're grandchildren, but could be. And I like the way she's done the water and the sky in this. And the kids are good too. I mean, she does enough.
I like the reflection of the kids on, you know, on the, in that
Oh, yeah.
wet
But,
sand.
Yeah.
I was going to comment on that also. She does a nice job on reflections.
Yes, yeah. So it's good. And I guess the seagulls were probably, I'm blocking on the word, where you put the stuff in first to stop the paint sticking. Anyway, white seagulls there. Okay, I'm moving on.
Okay, so this is by me, Gail. So I was selling a bunch of, I designed a line of cards to sell for, you know, around Christmas time or, you know, November, December. And I sent out like almost 600 emails to people that, you know, I've collected over the years. And it was great. I sold like 500 cards.
Wow.
But
Good for you,
what
Gail.
was even better is I got people noodling around on my website, you know, who really hadn't been there in a long time. And 2 people bought paintings. One, well, it was G Clay and a painting that were on my website, and somebody else got in touch and asked me and commissioned 2 paintings. So that's what I'm going to show you for today. So this one is called Lizzie. And I guess it's a beloved dog who had recently died. And I sort of cheated because I printed the photo. They sent me a bunch of photos, one in particular that they liked, and I printed it out. And then I used my light table and, you know, sort of lightly traced the outline on the watercolor paper to start with. So there was a whole drawing component that I really didn't have to deal with. And then it was like, oh, how do you paint a white dog? You know, so that was kind of interesting. And I was really, at the order that I did it in actually was I did the thing that she's lying on in the background first, and then I did the dog. And I was really pleased with the thing that she's lying on. It just turned out kind of loose and nice. And I remembered to leave some white space in the front. So I was happy about this, and they were too.
No. Yes.
And the next one?
Next one. Come on.
That's really nice, Gail.
Thank you, Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I love that pillow.
Oh, there, that's
Yes.
better with bigger like that. Yeah, okay. So then this one was there. So that one was for the in-laws or something. And this was for a daughter who had just bought a house in Chicago. And they sent me, and now that I look at it, it really looks a little tippy, but it looked better. Maybe the photo is tippy, but anyway, you know, it's hard working from photos, and especially when the photo had been taken on a very gray day. So the colors were not even that clear what it was. So I painted it the first time, and the shutters and the trim and everything was more of a, I made it sort of more of a greenish yellowy kind of a color. And I sent it to them, and also the picture that they sent, you know, like the plants in the front were just little baby plants. I said, oh, I'll make the plants grow, and, you know, stuff like that. And there were houses on both sides, you know, so how to sort of deal with that. And, but anyway, I sent it to them, and I said, you know, this is, I'm guessing almost on the colors here, you know. So they sent one of them said, oh, it's perfect, I love it. And then the other one said, no, you know, these colors are not right. So, so then what do you do on a watercolor, right? When you've got a color down. And so gouache to the rescue. I just, you know, sort of did a few very light layers of gouache and sort of this beigey kind of color. And I redid the, you know, the trim and the shutters and everything, and it turned out a lot better. And I also darkened certain places on it, which values, you know, and like, for instance, the door, you know, the little door, you couldn't see it in the photo because it was so in the dark. And that's what I wrote him. I said, you can't just paint what's in a photo, because you might as well use the photo. That's what, so, you know, but obviously your front door is like a really important part of your house, you know. So anyway, that was just some of the process that went into it. They ended up being very happy with it.
Beautiful.
All right.
Thanks, Patty. Thanks, Grace.
It looks like a very cute little house to me.
Yeah, it does.
Looks like a house I lived in.
Gail, where in Chicago area?
I have no idea.
Oh,
Doesn't look typical Chicago to me. But
Well, it's in a neighborhood, you know, but again, you don't get that feeling from the way I painted it.
yeah. Moving on then. Okay.
I say kudos to you, Gail, because commissions are really hard.
Yes, they are.
Well, again, I did the cheater, you know, I printed the picture and I traced it, you know, so I got the basic thing in first. Yeah. You have to have
Not
good
a problem.
pictures to
You
work
did
with.
it.
Mary,
So this is Mary's paint.
Must be Mary.
that's a Mary, is that one of Mary's? that's a Mary.
Seen
Is
this?
that a collage?
It
Love
is. It's collage
Oh,
made from papers that I painted myself.
Oh,
So
Oh,
the papers are painted with acrylic paint.
that's cute.
collaged
Great.
onto a canvas.
Yes.
So he was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with him.
Yeah. Oh.
Tried to make him serious, and I can't do serious.
Well,
Personality.
you know, the kids, teenagers like that in their room. They're fun.
You
So
know,
that's Elmer. Why is it Elmer?
he just told me he was Elmer. I couldn't tell you why his name is Elmer,
Okay.
but that's his name. And I have a friend who wants me to make it into a book, but I was practically cross-eyed by the time I finished all those spots.
Oh, gosh. Uh,
Oh, sorry.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
yeah.
I'm sorry. So this one's by Laura Shaw. Laura's not. I don't.
Beautiful.
pretty.
I like the composition.
That's what I was just going to say too.
Yeah. I think it's
Composition
really-
is delightful.
Okay, so I'll move it on to the next one. Hopefully, there we go. Kathy.
Oh,
Kathy
yeah.
Byrne.
Yeah, right. That was a challenge. I'm in a critique group in Sonoma. And every month we have a challenge, or every 2 weeks. So that was one of the challenges. And sunsets are kind of challenges anyway for me. So it was a good challenge for me to do.
What was the challenge? Like they give you the photograph and you have to work from it?
Right, yeah. Every 2 weeks we have a new photograph.
Catherine, I really love treatment of the fence and the shadows on the water. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think that center section that's light, that, you know, where you got the reflection is really great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you. Yeah, that part was kind of challenging, how to do that and incorporate the blue into it and not make it green. But
That looks like Tabales Point area. I
it
had a
is.
photograph that looked just like, is it?
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a photo that almost looked exactly like that. And my painting did not come out well at all. So kudos.
Thank you.
So I'm having trouble making it switch from one to the next, so bear with me. Anyway, Kathy again.
That's another, I always like to paint leaves in the fall. So that was one of my leaf paintings. I did a lot of, I think underneath I used saran wrap. And then I did a lot of splattering, a lot of dropping in paint on the background. So
I think it's got
I
a
like that
wonderful,
composition too.
yeah, luminous quality to it
Yeah.
as
Yeah,
well.
very.
Yeah,
well, good. Yeah.
it's
Anyway,
a
I like
backlighting.
fall.
Yeah, it's just
Those, I
really,
think of those colors as your colors, Kathy.
I know. That's my favorite color. Quinacridone orange, burnt orange, and quinacridone. Those are my colors.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
hopefully it's going to change any second. Good. Okay, Kathy, did I cover that?
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's mine. That's mine.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
It's an Alaskan Malamute dog. And so my grandson lives in Nome. You know, he requests every so often, he requests something from there. It's always an animal. And I did this for his birthday. And, you know, of course I have to do it from photographs. And I either had a choice between a dog whose tongue was hanging out because they'd probably been running, or this one who looks like he's kind of smiling, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Showing his teeth. So anyway, that's what it is. It's a little Malamute Alaskan dog.
Okay.
Cute.
Yeah.
So cute. So
Got
cute.
his tail wagging in the back.
Yeah, they're the old huskies with the curly tails.
What medium was that, Diana?
Pardon? It's called a Malamute.
No, what medium?
Mute.
What?
Yeah.
Acrylic.
Was it in acrylic?
Acrylic or?
It was acrylic or oil, Diana.
It's just a breed. It's one of those huskies. Yeah.
No, but did you use pencil or?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's okay.
So Pat Westman. Pat, still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear?
Ah,
Beautiful.
Can't hear you, Pat.
You can't hear?
That was
It-
good. Just then it was.
I got a microphone.
That's good. Yep. Keep talking. That's good.
Okay, you can hear me? I have to hold it up close.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, that's weird. This was a the studio version of a small plein air painting I did out at the Windsor Foothills sometime in early November. And I like the way the little plein air did when it turned out. That was like 6x8. And so just last week I decided to do a larger one. This isn't much bigger really. It's only I think 8x10, which to me is small, but I liked it. I like the way it turned out. It's on red pastel paper, a bright, more like a rusty color pastel paper, and yeah, that's it. Not much else to it other than grasses and reflections. So.
Looks like you used a paper with a lot of tooth on it. Is that Or did you make the paper?
Here, and it has quite a bit of tooth on it. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Wonderful.
Very nice.
I don't know why my machine's so slow here. Oh, man, that's great. What? There. That's better. So this AWS theme for next time is was a self-portrait. So this was something that I did with acrylics, and it
That's you?
it started off looking vaguely like me, and the more I worked on it, the less it looked like me. So, so I put up a couple of ads.
I knew it was you. You didn't have to
Your
say
hair,
portrait. The hair.
your hair is great.
Boris Johnson's hair.
I figured the title for it is COVID in the year of, hair in the year of COVID-19.
There you go.
That's a good title. Phil, did you work from a photograph or were you looking in the mirror?
I did it from a photo. No, I took a photo with my iPad, and I worked from that. But my problem is, and I realized when I was doing this, it's actually what I do all of the time is I start on something like from a photograph, and then what I'm painting deviates from that. And so I see a sort of a pathway to go from there. And pretty soon, what I've painted is nothing like the photograph.
That's good.
I think the mark of a true professional would be to actually be able to accurately reproduce a photograph, which is something that I find hard to do because I'm always tracking off in a different direction.
I think you should sell it as Anderson Cooper.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's so much expression and feeling in that painting though, Phil. I mean, it's great. I love the hair.
Yeah.
No, I disagree with the theory that you have to reproduce a photograph. That's the absolute opposite of being an artist, in my opinion. You might as well just take a photograph.
I agree. I think you have, you start with something and then you have to just respond to what's happening in the artwork. It depends on what you're doing, but
Yeah.
I like the way that you responded to what was going on and you look like you had fun with it and then even tied in, just the whole feeling of the thing, Self-portrait can be interpreted very loosely.
Yeah. Well, that was what I thought too. And, I could have kept working on that and trying to make it more of a portrait. But that's my tendency when I do portraits is to overwork them because I never get them quite right to start with, But I think it's the old truism about you have to know when to stop. And I think actually I stopped a little later than I should have with this one. Anyway.
Like it.
Hopefully it's going to change to the next picture. Come on. No, I don't know what's going on here.
What if you just use the forward key? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
maybe it's the last picture.
that was the last picture. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'll stop sharing. And so now we should be back to the normal view of everybody, right? Everybody okay? Has anybody else got any paintings that they have with them there in wherever they're sitting and want to show? If
I'm
not,
gonna go look. I have a couple things I could show you that are probably mostly there.
yeah.
This is something I did for Christmas, and it's a tiny little 3x5 picture.
Oh,
Wait,
a fox.
It's a,
Move it over.
hold it further to the right
That's cute.
There you
There
go.
you go.
There it is.
and further away from the screen. And
And
up.
up.
There you
Yes.
There you go.
that's
Bingo.
it. Okay, I'm
Okay.
taking it down. It's just,
That's
it
good.
was just some little thing that, you know, like to trade paintings. So it only took about an hour. So, you know, it's just a little watercolor.
Nice,
Cute.
very good. Anybody else have anything they want to show? Yes, Sharon,
Ooh, Sharon.
good.
You don't see it.
Hard to see.
I know Linda usually has something to show.
So
Sharon, no, actually, I was going to say screen share don't because it wouldn't work. So
It's a
tell
little,
us about it, Sharon. Sharon, can you tell us a little
and
about?
Mary knows what this is. It's a pastel.
I think Sharon's frozen.
I think so too.
no, she's not.
Can't
She,
see it.
you said, Bill.
no. She,
You're
it's
frozen.
a pastel that she worked on.
Can't see it.
I can't see Sharon at all.
She's
No,
frozen.
Sharon's painting is frozen in a good way to look at it, but
Yeah.
we're not hearing her.
I
Oh,
believe it's a pastel that we worked on. We both were in a class on pastel. It's a little hard to see. It's actually a lot more detailed than that.
Now she's gone.
then what? I don't see anything.
Well, she's
I
gone.
don't know what's
No,
going on there.
she left. I think she left to go get it.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
Can she talk? I mean,
Sharon, can you
Are
hear
you
us?
guys all on gallery view so that you're seeing everything?
yeah.
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 Oh, there she is. She's back.
Hey, Sharon, can you hear us?
Poofed, I'm sorry.
there you are. But can you put it up?
Tell us a little bit
my
about
thing
the painting.
It was a pastel, Sharon? Oh, she's frozen. again.
Pastel, oh, okay.
I'm not.
Wait a minute, here she is. She's got it back now.
Oh, it's another one.
Oh, that's a different one. Okay.
That
Okay.
pas-
We didn't see that one, Sharon.
Oh, okay. That's very pretty.
Sharon, can you tell us about the painting? Sharon?
I did it
Ah,
There we
in
go.
a Clark Mitchell one-day workshop that Mary and I went and did.
Ooh,
That's the one she's talking about.
looks beautiful.
Do you think it's done?
That's
Yeah.
really nice. Yeah.
I think it's done. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
The first one you put up, Sharon, you froze, so we couldn't tell what you were talking about. And I think she's frozen again.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then
Sharon, can you hear us?
Oh, there's another one.
okay. My stool.
Yeah. Let's see that one. Oh,
That good?
okay. Nice.
that watercolor?
I can't
So
see it.
Sharon, is it a watercolor or a pastel?
She's-
Where's Sharon? I can't see it.
Keeps freezing.
Yeah, for some reason,
Yeah.
the sound just drops out when she holds the picture up, but
Yeah.
I have a black. Yes, uh-huh. It's a, I don't know why,
Pretty.
I'm sorry. I don't know how to better do it.
There. Ooh,
There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
there.
Okay.
there it is.
Oh, I think it's some people you have to talk to make it show up.
What again?
If you're on speaker view, then she has to talk so we can see it.
Oh, okay. It's a little scene from where I used to live in New York State. It's a little old mill and on some water
That's
in a
beautiful.
frozen state.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he's right now.
Nice, Sharon.
And I'm working on, this is just a sketch of some onions I'm gonna do.
Oh, okay. I love
Not
onions.
that far. That's as far as I've gotten with that. That's it from me.
okay.
Okay.
Anybody else? got
I have-
anything?
I have one. I guess a couple of people have seen this. It's actually the only work I've actually done since fire. And it started off as an abstract piece, and then I put some little, I put a organic thing, a flower vase in it. So I'll step out and you can see it.
But keep talking for people that need you to
Yeah,
talk to see it.
Yeah, you make it.
You have to keep talking.
It's a beautiful painting.
Grace,
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah, it looks very,
Talk to
Yes.
us, Grace.
I can see it whether she's talking or not. Isn't that interesting?
There she is. I can
No,
see it.
because you're on gallery view and others are on speaker view.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
It's really interesting and pretty. I love the colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very colorful.
And good for you, Grace, for painting anything.
Yeah. I don't think I painted for a good year after my fire.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
I like the way,
people in the group who helped me, like restock, and I'm just so thankful for
Yeah.
everyone.
We can't hear you.
That's a beautiful painting.
It sort of
Thank
has
you.
a stained glass feel because of the way you have it divided up.
Yeah, well, it started off as like just a real abstract, and I didn't know what was gonna happen with it. And then I said, well, it really needs something a little bit more organic. So then I put a vase with flowers in it. So it just happened. It was just, kind of like, oh, well, I'll do this. I'll add this.
I like the
Right.
way you like it's divided and mostly that things are on either side of the taped marks, but I like the way the main flower, breaks through that, so it sort of breaks
Yeah.
Yeah.
the pattern. So how did you so you didn't have the whole background done before you put the flower in there? Or?
Oh, yes, I did. I had primarily the whole background done. And then I just, used a little bit of erase, the magic eraser, to
No, I
lift some
don't.
color.
What is the magic eraser?
Oh,
Oh, like Mr. Clean?
Mr.
Magic
Clean,
eraser?
Mr.
Yeah.
Clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? I never heard
Yeah,
of that.
well, because I splattered and, I splattered and stuff. And then I said, oh, well, it needs a little bit more focal. And so I lifted some out and then
I never heard of that.
I
Kathy-
painted.
Kathy, is that what you did in your watercolor on with the reflection from the sunset?
No, I just saved the white, but I use the magic eraser a lot.
So
Yeah.
do I.
Oh,
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't heard of that.
so does the thing that you're erasing, can it be dry?
No, it's wet.
You wet your eraser.
But
And
if
then
the
you
painting is dry, a wet eraser will take it off.
Yes, if
Yeah.
you don't use a permanent color. If you
I've
don't
only
use
used
permanent.
it on wall paint before. Oh, that's so cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And you just do little parts at a time, and
Yeah.
then you lift it, you put a paper towel, to lift it. I'm sorry, we just got a puppy today.
Or you
Oh,
can use
Aw.
Frisket.
So I'm a little distracted.
What did you say, Wendy? Or you can just.
I said you could use Frisket around the area you want to save and then go in with the magic eraser.
Yeah. Works
Thank
really
you.
well.
This call has been worth it just to learn that. Thank you.
Yeah, but the magic eraser is great. You need to dip it. You need to
I
dip
know,
it
I've
in
used it
water.
before, but never in watercolor.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Grace,
And it lifts really well.
Ah,
That is really good to know.
it's fingerprints off the wall good too.
Yeah.
That I did know.
Yeah.
Linda,
I
do
wish
you
we could
have
see your
anything?
painting in real life. It looks big, Grace.
It's like 18 by 14 or something like that.
Oh,
Okay.
14 by 40. Okay, all right. 14,
But,
okay.
you know, after I lost everything in the fire, I had a lot of stuff. If you know, I specialize in small sizes.
Yeah.
And I just lost so much. I said, you know, forget it. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to work big. And if I just make one painting, I'll make one painting, you know, and
All right.
so I'm going big now.
Good.
Good for you.
Yeah.
What's
Does
the puppy's
anybody
name?
else?
Puppy name is Auburn.
Auburn. Aw,
Auburn.
wait.
Very-
So yeah, so she's we're still literally we brought her home like at 11 o'clock. So
Oh,
Wow, wow.
Where did you get your dog? Was he an adoption or a breeder?
what?
Did you adopt him from a shelter or is he? a breeder?
Yes, from a shelter,
Oh, wow.
Green Dog Rescue.
Oh,
They're just rescue. It's a mutt. She's
Where did you
a,
have to go to pick him up?
excuse me,
Where did you have to go to pick him up?
Windsor.
Windsor.
Close.
Windsor. And you know, the thing is that the Green Dog Rescue on their website, they do not have all their dogs listed. You have to call them and let them know like what you're looking for. And then if they have it, they'll call you and then they'll set up an appointment. It's an appointment only. And, you know, so we're so happy. She's 4 months old and you know, since we've been like dislocated, you know, it's just wonderful to have something to care for.
Yeah, that's
You
great.
know, so
Uh,
we're just
I
very
predict
pleased.
many dog
Will there be
paintings
some
in your
doggy
future.
paintings? Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really good with portraits.
Okay.
Uh,
Well,
Linda, did we see a cat on your lap?
hey, folks, I'm going to sign off. So see you next month.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Well, we're coming up on an
Happy
hour.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
All the best. Mwah.
So I think we can end at this point. I did have a 10-minute video of a man painting an abstract, not a portrait, but just an abstract. And I've got to find that on my computer. If I can, I'll turn it on. But people just leave as you want to at this point. Or
And
say
if we
goodbye.
decide to stay, are we going to talk about it a little bit afterwards?
No, I wasn't going to, but we could. Yeah. I mean, I'll stay to the end too. And if people do stay to the end, we can talk about it because we can go beyond the hour. So my problem is I've got to find the darn thing.
I'm going to say goodbye and I'm going to work on some art.
Bye,
Yeah.
Sharon.
Bye, Sharon.
Bye, Sharon.
Bye, Sharon.
Thank you, Sharon.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go, and so I'm gonna have to say goodbye to everyone.
Bye, Diana.
Bye, Diana. Great seeing you.
See you next month.
All right. Good to see you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Kathy, are you going to do a self-portrait for the AWS?
Oh,
Okay.
It doesn't have to be a picture of you, remember. You could interpret it loosely.
No, 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 no.
Okay.
Okay, so I found the video, and
Click on
so
the full screen.
this is it. It's a guy. There's no speaking, just music, but he's using acrylic paint with a palette knife, of course, and he uses several different interesting techniques here. So, you know, just from that point of view, even if we're not into abstracts, it might be something that you
Is that
can-
paint? Is that paint or is that, you know, like modeling compound or something?
I don't know the answer to that. I just assumed that it was thick acrylic paint, but
No, it isn't. I think it's some kind of modeling
like
Yeah.
modeling compound.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I presume that he's let it dry in between before doing this.
Right. It dries pretty fast.
Looks like fun.
Yeah. It's advertised as an acrylic abstract painting, but so maybe this paint, the paint he's putting on now is the acrylic part of it.
Whoa.
So he's certainly fast and loose. It's probably something we all should be doing because we're all, you know, in some aspects of life, we're fairly tight painters, all of us, I think. I wonder with a man painting like this is how much of this is planned ahead of time. I mean, did he just choose the colors he's going to use, or did he not choose them? And as it goes along, it suggests other colors to use. These are all questions it'd be nice to ask him, and can't do it. I could do it in the comments underneath it on YouTube, but
It feels like it feels like a landscape with the bottom on the right side.
a very fiery sky.
Yeah, almost like a volcano or something.
Volcano, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Isn't it? Yeah. I personally like an abstract that has suggestions of reality in it for me. You know, it's just, to me, is it adds another dimension to an abstract.
I wonder how he knows when he's done.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was thinking that too the first time I watched it. I was thinking, like, even at this stage, you could say it's done, but you will see he puts a lot more stuff into it that doesn't make it look overdone. He uses a couple of different techniques further on. We're about halfway through.
I like the way you can see the little bits of what's underneath coming through, and that seems to be something that in abstract paintings is important, you know, like the layers and what shines through and stuff.
Yeah. Just coming from the texture he put on in the first place. Yeah.
But just even the colors underneath, and then he puts colors on top, and just, you know, you can see things happening.
Yeah. I personally like the way with a palette knife you can get those really sharp edges that are then contrasted with the random effects that you get as you spread the knife across the painting. See, I think this is interesting how he,
Oh, yeah.
so it's calligraphy added to the other parts of it.
Oh,
Hmm,
Hmm.
interesting. Huh. Wow.
It's almost like doing a collage of different painting techniques.
yeah, but very nicely integrated throughout the whole piece.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh. Hmm. Oh.
Does anybody know if you can buy, is it easy to buy acrylic paint in squirt jars like that?
Oh.
I've never seen that before.
Maybe you just buy the jars and put the paint in.
Oh, yeah, that's a thought. That's a good, yeah, of course, Wendy.
I think
That'd be,
so.
Well, and they do, in the craft sections, they have ones like this
Yeah.
used for painting on shirts and things.
Can you,
Okay.
can you stop it now? Wait,
Yeah,
you
let
go-
me,
Back up, yeah.
oh, shoot. So do you want to, where do you want to be in it?
click it to the very end, put that red ball way over on the right. And then when they hold it up, then can you click the space bar so that it freezes,
Yeah, so there we are.
so that we can talk about it?
He turned it upside down. I mean, he was painting
Right.
the other way when he started.
No, that's kind of, he was standing on what is now the bottom, but the camera was.
No, but those
shooting it from the top.
trails, those parallel lines were on the left side when he was painting.
Yeah.
It was
We
just the camera angle. It was just the
couldn't-
camera angle.
I think so.
He
too.
was on the bottom.
This was on the, well,
We couldn't see the.
What a
inside.
palette though. What a interesting, I kind of liked it before he added the black and the white more.
Yeah. Although that black through the middle is a nice, adds dimension to the whole thing, I think.
It's a
I
cross.
think it's interesting how, to me, when he added these sharp pieces like this and the edges and so forth, now to me that reads as a background, you know.
A background?
Yeah. It seems to me like it's behind the rest of the painting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This part.
And it's sort of a cruciform shape.
Yeah, yeah.
So how do you do that in watercolor?
Well, some of
I
those,
think you
some of
can.
no, wait a minute. You can texture paper with an acrylic medium and then do watercolor on it, like Carolyn Wilson does stuff like that. You could texture your paper and then you could play around with watercolor. You could do the edge thing, with paper. In fact, I did that on that house portrait that I did. And you could use a very fine brush to.
It's
that would
not as easy.
just
No.
Would you
Probably-
send me a link to that, Phil? There's somebody I know who does abstract work that I think would enjoy seeing that.
Sure, yeah, that's it, I will. Actually, if you still have the email I sent with the link to the Zoom, at the very bottom of it, the link is on that.
Okay, I
Okay.
got that. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it, guys. That's actually an hour and 20 minutes, but so we'll do this again next time. Everybody.
good.
happy? Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Thank you, Phil.
Thanks,
Okay.
Phil. Bye, everybody.
I think
Bye.
Patty?
one thing just adding, if you can send me the your pictures that you've done so that I can display them full screen like this, I think it makes a huge difference. It's so much better than
Holding it up.
having it as a virtual background or holding it up and then losing the sound, and it's just better. Anyway, okay, guys,
Okay.
Thanks, Phil.
Bye.
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 You guys, take care, everybody.
Hi, Mary.
Bye, Kathy.
Good to see you.
It's great seeing you too.
Good. So I'm going to stop sharing and then I'm going to end the meeting here.
All right. Thanks, Phil.
Thank you.
Thanks, Phil.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Like your background, Leah.
Oh, thank you. That's San
Yeah.
Francisco Bay and the Hawaiian Chieftain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Hal, your picture's good this time.
Ah,
Who knows what goes on?
all right.
All right, guys. Bye.
Thank you. See you next month.
Yeah.